Let's move on to Donald Trump and the Iran nuclear deal. I'm not quite clear, maybe you can clarify what decertify means, but more importantly, he seems to be going against the advice of his defense secretary and top general, who all think the Iran nuclear deal is doing okay.
You sound surprised that he's not listening to advice from experts. We are post-expert era in this world, so that's not surprising. Decertification essentially means they had this agreement under the Obama era where sanctions were removed in exchange for the Iranians allowing access to their facilities and not doing certain bad things with nuclear materials. Decertification means the Americans are going to say, actually, you're not keeping your end of the bargain, we're going to reimpose sanctions. You know, it is so much talk and bluster, Mr. Trump. We can see through the public relations. It is talk for your electoral base to say, look how tough I am. We all know it's going to go to Congress and they're not going to do it. Okay, so it's like the guy in the pub who goes, hold me back, I'm going to hit him, hold me back, somebody, I'm going to do it. He gets to say what he wants, knowing full well nothing's going to happen. And again, if we talk about stability in the world, great. There might be better ways of working with Iran than decertifying a deal which allows you to monitor their nuclear materials and saying instead, nah, you know what, you're not doing enough, so we're not going to monitor you at all. Great. Again, leadership and the lack of it and greater instability so you can talk tough to your voter base who probably doesn't understand how American politics works and the fact that Congress aren't going to go through with
But he might be thinking, well, look, Iran's up to stuff that we don't like, that's not in America's interest, and this is a way of putting pressure on them by saying, look, we're going to pull out of this and we're going to impose sanctions, which surely the Iranians do not want.
Since about 1979, 1980, they've had sanctions on the Iranians and they've been complaining at the same time that they're developing a nuclear program. How did that work out for them? It hasn't. Now they've got the ability to actually access, maybe improve the system. Maybe he's negotiating because he reckons he's a great deal maker, despite having been bankrupted. Well, his company's been bankrupted so often. Maybe he's trying to play tough so the Iranians think, oh yes, we'll negotiate with you, Mr. Trump, because we don't want you decertifying it. Clearly, that's not going to work because Congress is just going to block it. It's just all talk. If he really believed they're an exporter of terrorism, he would already have done it. You don't hang around, presumably if you're so tough as an American president, to say you're an exporter of terrorism, we're going to take a few more months just to analyse our relationship with you.